Magandang araw po sa inyong lahat mga kababayan at eto nga mga karibin natin 2027 budget booking mas lumala nakawan nakakahiya kayo. Ayan mga kababayan, patungkol po riyan ang ating alamin at bibigyan ng reaksyon sa video ito. Pero bago po natin simulan yan, palike naman po ng video ito. Malaking tulong po yan. Maraming salamat po mga kababayan at ito na nga, simulan na po natin to. Pasok, kung erase pasok.
Upang hindi na maulit ngayon, bakit nakalusot? Kasi dapat malaman natin paano nakalusot sa inyo.
Correct.
Paano nakalusot sa presidente yung 1.45 trillion na halos pinalitan ng Kongreso, yung budget, yung president's budget, yung Philippine Development Plan. Paano nakalusot sa inyo?
Mga
So ayan mga kababayan.
Anyway, good afternoon. My first question is to the chair of the DBCC. Can you explain to us what is basically the role of the DBCC in rationalizing the National Expenditures Program, particularly on public policy standards, in alignment with the Philippine Development Plan, and maintaining an
Madam Chair, Your Honor, the DBCC as a committee considers, approves, and recommends to the President yun pong ating medium to long-term fiscal program. Kabilang po dyan yung ating projected deficit and fixing as well the ceiling, the expenditure program. At yun po yung ginagamit ng DBM naman kapag na-fix na po ng DBCC yung ating magiging ceiling ng expenditure program. Yun po yung ginagamit na ng DBM sa pag-assess ng bawat isang proposal ng mga ahensya. At sa DBM na po nangyayari yung pag-assess po natin ng alignment with our priority development plans and implementation readiness of the proposal.
and you have parameters, for example, in assessing projects of the departments. Can you name it?
Yes, Your Honor, Madam Chair. Among others, unang-una po kapag meron pong proposal, yung completion po ng supporting documents. So meron po tayong mga nakalatag na mga budget preparation forms na makakapag-prove po ng tinatawag naming implementation readiness. Dahil kung implementation ready po yung isang proyekto, ibig sabihin po, consistent din po dun sa ating GAAS release order, mabilis pong ma-implement yung project pagkapasa pa lamang po ng GAA. Kasama rin po dun sa ating assessment, yun po kanilang utilization rate. Gaya po ng nabanggit ko kanina, ito po yung
Kasi mga kababayan, nakamute po tayo kanina. So sabi ko po kanina, napakalabo naman ang pinag-uusapan nila kasi ang pinag-uusapan nila project. Pero sa realidad, mga kababayan, parang wala naman tayong nakikitang project ng administrasyon ito, di ba?
dahilan kung bakit may ilang department po na medyo bumaba dahil may mga continuing pa po silang mga pondo from 2026.
With that, how can you explain that 1.45 trillion
Ayan.
in the national budget in the 19th Congress were realigned to projects that were not really meant to be? Paano po na-implement yung 1.45 trillion in the insertions, diversions, amendments? Without the knowledge of the President and without interference from the Department of Budget and Management and the DBCC.
Pero naniniwala ba kayong walang knowledge ang presidente?
Your Honor, Madam Chair, ito po ay sa 2026 po.
No. Upang hindi na maulit ngayon, bakit nakalusot? Kasi dapat malaman natin paano nakalusot sa inyo. Paano nakalusot sa presidente yung 1.45 trillion na halos pinalitan ng Kongreso, yung budget, yung president's budget, yung Philippine Development Plan. Paano nakalusot sa inyo yun?
Yan.
Pakisagot.
Madam Chair, Your Honor, marahil po ito po yung mga changes that was introduced doon po sa ating 2026 GAA. Ito rin po yung dahilan kung bakit po doon sa veto message ng ating presidente, sinubject niya po ito doon sa further documentation at pagbibigay po sa amin bago po ma-release ng DBM yung karampatang allotment, ma-substantiate at ma-document po muna ng mga ahensya kung saan po nakalatag yung mga changes na na-introduce po bago po namin i-release yung mga allotment, Your Honor.
Ibig po sabihin na bet nyo na lahat ng mga projects, for example, lalo na sa Department of Public Works dahil may naging controversy, we should learn from our lessons. Have you learned your lesson?
Your Honor, Mr. Chair, yes po, for 2027, talaga pong
Ang problema ko dito, kung Tobit Yanko, puro na lang tayo lesson. Ang problema dito.
Yun lang.
Walang
sinusuntahan po ng complete documentation,
Puro lesson
including
na lang.
po yung program of works, ang bawat isa pong proyekto na nasa 2027 National Expenditure Program.
Mhm.
Wala po bang leadership fund allowed?
Wala po at hindi po kami aware, Your Honor, kasi po we only evaluate the proposals as submitted by the department.
So ibig sabihin yung 1.45 trillion na pinalitan ng mga leaders ng Kongreso na nakaraan, hindi nyo alam
Mhm.
sa DBM?
Your Honor, ang projects po ay nakikita po namin after the NEP, the GAA, the enrolled bill was submitted after the BICAM.
National budget pinalitan.
Mm.
2024 pinalitan.
Mm.
2025 pinalitan.
Mm.
So ibig sabihin, wala po kayong monitoring. Yung DBM po, hindi nyo ba pinarating ito sa presidente na ganito yung nangyayari?
Sayang lang ang pera natin dito sa kanila, mga kabayan, kung wala rin namang gagawin naman. Hindi nagtatrabaho. Kung sa madaling salita ni attorney, ni Congressman Erice, hindi kayo nagtatrabaho. Ha? Sagot.
Madam Chair, patungkol po doon sa mga, although yun nga po, I am not personally privy on that particular items, yung pong pagbabago naman po doon sa NEP to GAA, ay ang comparison lang po nito once we receive the enrolled bill bago po tayo mag-recommend. At yun nga po, ang naging karampatang rekomendasyon was to subject, kung meron man pong changes na na-introduce or new projects, ay isubstantiate po ng mga departments bago tuluyang ma-implement.
Pero ang secretary po ng DBM, isa lang yan. Marami po kayong mga staff na matatagal na dyan. Ano ba nangyari? Bakit pumayag na hindi nyo ba brief yung ating yung ating presidente
Secretary, oh.
na ganyan ang ginagawa ng Kongreso? O wala na lang kayong kibo? Ganun po ba?
Madam Chair, Your Honor, isa po sa observation na parati naman pong naipaparating din po is yung effect po ng ng mga changes na ito, particularly sa implementation ng iba pang mga priority projects. At
so
kabilang
okay lang sa kanila ang nakawan, mga kabayan.
nga po sa ilang naaapektuhan would be some of the foreign assisted projects na priority rin po ng
Meron ba? Meron ba tayong foreign assisted project, mga kabayan?
administration. And this is regularly reported din naman.
Bakit si Claire Castro, iba naman yung nire-report? Di ba? Sino bang nagre-report para sa inyo? Kasi si Castro, iba yung nire-report eh.
Priority po yung flood control, yung 1.45 insertions in 3 years. Priority po ba yun?
Kaya po, Your Honor, Madam Chair, nandun po sa veto message na ito pong mga changes in the budget as introduced, including among others, the flood control projects, ay dapat po na sumailalim sa determination ng department, substantiation po nila ng details itong mga proyekto na to, including other applicable budget rules po, Your Honor, Madam Chair.
Wala.
Yung pong tungkol naman sa unprogrammed appropriations for
na yan.
2027, 111.9.
Ipasadahan yan, birahe.
Kaya,
Kasama po dito, ang pinakamalaki po dito, yung DPWH, DOTR. Can you submit all the projects stated by the different implementing agencies? At ano po ang status nito mga ito? Ito ba mga, kasi po nakalagay dito, support to foreign assisted project. Hindi sinabing foreign assisted project. So, ano po yung mga items na ito at ano pong status ng mga foreign assisted projects na ito? Aprobado na ba to?
Nako.
Kung hindi
yan na.
pa, gaano katagal ito mapoprocess? At kung aprobado na, bakit nasa unprogram, bakit hindi sa program?
Correct.
Madam Chair, Your Honor, lahat po ng foreign assisted projects na nasa unprogrammed appropriations for 2027 ay sumasa-ilalim pa po sa necessary approval sa ICC at sa ED Council. At lahat po ng mga
ICC?
ongoing or aprobado na pong mga foreign assisted projects ay nasa loob po ng programmed appropriations. At we will submit to the Committee on Appropriations, Madam Chair, Your Honor, the breakdown of the support to foreign assisted projects na lahat po ay sumasa-ilalim pa sa review ng ICC at ng ED Council.
Can you submit it at least 1 week or 2 weeks before the plenary?
We will do, Your Honor.
Thank you. And my next to Secretary Federico. Nung nagsasalita po kayo kanina, parang ang tingin ko napakaganda ng ekonomiya ng Pilipinas.
Correct.
You said that ang debt to GDP ratio natin ay 56%. Tama po ba yan?
Niloloko tayo niyan.
Sir, the general government debt to GDP is currently at 58.6%.
Is there any other parameter? Yung general debt, meron pa po bang hindi general?
Yes, sir. National government debt.
Kaya po, ang tinatanong ko, yung national government debt to GDP ratio,
That
which is
is
more appropriate in
That is
this
64.9%, Your Honor.
9%. And it was announced by your office in February 3. Tama po?
Cannot remember the date we announced, but that's the number po, 64.9% for national government debt to GDP.
Salamat po sa Department of kay Secretary, kababayan ko, Ilocano, Secretary Balisacan.
Birahe.
Meron po kayong mga projections dito na pagtaas sa 2027, 28 nung ating
Hindi ako bilib
GDP, nung
Hindi ako bilib dyan ka sa balisakan na yan.
at nung pagbaba ng inflation. Ano pong
Hindi
basis?
magaling yan.
Well,
Hindi magaling
the
yung balisakan.
primary driver for the
Sa pinaka mahinang klaseng sa gabinete ni Marcos Jr., isa sa mga palagay kong nagpalugmok sa
Ekonomiya ng Pilipinas. No?
sa sambayan ng Pilipinas.
three governance issues, right?
Governance
Two,
issues.
the Middle East conflict that led to sharp increases in oil prices.
Dito, aminado po talaga sila mga kababayan na may pagkukulang talaga yung gobyerno natin sa governance issues mga kababayan. Ano kaya? Ha? Ano kaya ang nararapat dyan mga kababayan? Kung may issue na po, ha? Na humahad lang sa ating panggobernohan para tayo yung ekonomiya natin mga kababayan ay maging progressive, ha? Ano kaya ang dapat nagawin dyan mga karibyo natin? Alam na pala nila eh, na may problema pala sa gobyerno eh. No?
Prices that drove inflation sharply, and those combinations caused a taming of
Hirap talaga ipaliwanag pag hindi totoo eh.
deterioration of the consumer and business confidence. So yung the domestic demand slow down significantly now. So moving forward, and what we are trying to convey here is that we must address those issues. Of course, cannot do much about the Middle East conflict.
You know what mga kabayan, 2 years na lang, puro kayo address sa mga issue. 2 years na lang, wala pa kayong resultang ipinaharap sa taong bayan eh. No? Puro lang
But
kayo
we should be able to
issue.
respond through the appropriate tools in our hands to moderate the impact of those. And that's what we did under the Uplift program, for example. With respect to the other one, this governance and corruption issues that also impacted on our on domestic sentiments, business and consumer sentiments. that requires a lot of reforms from us, including those reforms that would have to come from Congress. I outlined this morning, for example, some of the laws that we must pass to establish that or reestablish trust in our institutions and governance. But we
Dana.
also can do a lot of things like
Negative
speeding
na yung
up the
trust rating ninyo eh.
implementation of programs, particularly those overly delayed projects, so that the services of these projects can now be felt by ordinary Filipinos. Those, I think, will establish confidence and move us to move forward, will speed up our recovery, and would enable us to achieve the 3.5 to 4.5% growth for next year, for this year, and 5 to 6 for next year.
Would you agree po na ang pinakamalaking dahilan dito ay yung ng pagbagsak na ekonomiya natin ay yung budget and flood control scandal? Kasi po wala
Yan
pa
na yan.
wala pa namang Middle East crisis
Correct.
nung late 2025 pero bumagsak na ng 3% yung
Correct,
GDP
correct.
natin from as high as 5%, di ba? Mas mahigit 5%.
There were already, even before the Middle East conflict, of course, there were already some other disturbances, there was a surge in global
Wala
Wala yan.
Marcos Jr. kay Balisakan.
Ayan.
Kung ganyan yung mga
uncertainty
Mahina klase ang
because of
balisakan yan.
part because of the
Kaya
tariff.
nilulokong taong bayan.
hina na nga presidente, maglalagay ka pa ng Balisakan.
Happened way before the
Middle
Middle
East.
East conflict, and that affected
Hindi,
trade
hindi yan.
flows and
Hindi.
investment flows around the world.
Yung corruption talaga sa
Then,
gobyerno
of course,
dyan.
as we were trying to recover from that, including the effects of, remember, we also had the unfortunate climate-related issues during the last quarters of 20.
Bakit ngayon lang ba tayo binagyo? Sa administrasyon lang ba puro bagyo? Bakit ng mga nakaraang administrasyon binabagyo rin naman eh?
2024 and early 2025 and 2025, we are already recovering from that when the Middle East conflict coming in. So
Ginawa
those
pang dahilan yung
combinations
bagyo.
really
Climate daw eh.
dented our business and consumer confidence, and that's so the domestic demand you could see it's particularly consumption.
So do you think confidence will return?
I believe so. We believe so. If you are,
Hindi mo na
Mahirap
resolve
na
yung
yan.
governance issue?
I believe so. If we have to work as whole of government. I don't think that any one sector, any
Hindi, palitan nyo na lang kasi, no? Ay, isa lang ang solusyon dyan eh, no? Ang, sa bagay, pero 2 years na lang eh, alanganin na. Palitan si Marcos, yun lang naman talaga dyan yung ano eh, para magkaroon tayo ng bumalik yung trust and confidence ng mga foreign investors, mga kabayan, palitan po natin. Kasi parang yun po ang malaking ano sa kanila eh, malaking problema nila, no? Yung gobyerno natin, na corrupt.
one branch of government can resolve that issue. We have to work as the entire government, Congress, the executive, and even our judiciary. This is an issue that we, as a nation, we have to face.
And of course, there must be a public policy on that. And I think the executive department should lead the public policy on
Correct.
the resolution of this governance issue. Ano po ba ang gagawin ng executive department dito sa pagre-resolve nitong public policy issue na ito?
Yes, for those in the executive that we have control of, for example, I mentioned about the execution. This is faster execution of government programs, particularly infrastructure. I think that we can do, and that's what we are trying. We are now addressing, because the 2 quarters
Hirap
of
na hirap.
underspending, if we can mobilize that in the second half of the year, that could drive growth substantially. And that is what we are working on, speeding up the implementation. In the meantime, Congress has also had to pass
Ang gulo
those
nito. Ang gulo. Ang gulo ng mga ano nito mga kababayan, plano.
urgent laws that we have identified as key to reestablishing confidence in our institutions, particularly addressing the
Hirap na,
structural
wala na.
issues that I also mentioned earlier.
Thank you. I don't want to belabor the point, but my opinion is that the president should really mean it to
Correct.
resolve these issues of budget and flood
Corruption.
control, infrastructure scandal.
Mahirap mga kababayan, mahirap paniwala kasi mismo presidente hindi naman ginagawa, di ba?
Be able to regain the confidence of investors, businessmen, and even our foreign investors. Thank you. Last
Maraming
question
salamat
is,
po. That will be the last question.
di pa meron pa oh.
Zero na.
Meron pa, isa
Last
pa.
question. Last question, Kong Egay.
Ito namang si...
Isa
ano
pa,
to?
isa pa, isa
Stop
pa.
natin na may discipline yung spending natin sa kinakaharap natin na 1.6 trillion na deficit for this year. So importante na yung gagastusin natin magpapaunlad sa atin.
Correct.
Tama po, Secretary. Yung po bang katakot-takot, nakita ko po yung pag-angat ng maraming mga programa, katakot-takot po ayuda. In fact, kahit sa ayuda, pagdating po sa social, sa livelihood project na makapagpaangat ng kabuhayan, mas maliit kaysa dun sa talagang ayuda na pamigay lang. Para mas sinasaboy lang yung pera. Sa kalsada, for example, bigyan ko ng example. Yung po ba wise utilization of resources, yung 8 billion pinamigay ng presidente sa 42,000 barangays, 20,000 pesos sa 5 scholar, at 100,000 para sa mga proyekto ng barangay. Do you have enough absorptive capacity to monitor kung saan napunta tong 8 billion na ito? Sa amin no, sa Caloocan, yung 100,000 para sa scholar, pinag-hati, ginawang tigli 5,000. Yung 100,000, meron pa ho gumawa ng project, yung stud, yung sa kalsada, yung nilalagay. So, paano na monitor to? Paano natin ma-account itong 8 billion na ito?
Okay, thank you for that last question, Kong Egay. I think the question was addressed to... Kanino po naka-address? Kay Sec Kim.
Yes,
Please reply.
Mr.
Thank you.
Chair, Your Honor, kung ito po ay mga proyektong ini-implement po ng LGU galing po sa national government, meron po tayong standing agreement with DILG. Bukod pa po ito sa regular audit function po ng Commission on Audit. So DILG, Your Honor, is in charge po of monitoring the proper implementation of these projects vis-a-vis the guidelines for the utilization po. But we'll take note of that particular concern, Your Honor.
Thank you. Thank you, Kong Egay. Thank you, Sec Kim. We now go back to the majority.
Lipat po tayo dito kay Rupus.
Questions for today, the members of the Development Budget Coordinating Committee. We should now change that. The development is not needed surplusage. We always work for the development of the country, for the budget. We should now rename it as National Budget Coordinating Committee. Correct? Don't you agree? Because the development budget, this is awful development. Did you agree, Secretary Go? Yeah, I'm sorry, but matagal na ko dito 6 terms na, puro development budget. There's, surpluses because we're all working, especially the budget, for the development of our beloved country. Correct, Mr. Chairman?
You're absolutely correct,
Thank
Your
you.
Honor.
So the next hearing next
Bubulahan
year,
lang pala.
we should call it the National Budget.
Kahit paano nyo paikot-ikutin ang pangalan, baguhin ang akronimo kung ano man yung pangalan na yan.
Correct. Basta nagnanakaw, nakaw pa rin yan.
I hope that will not be taken against my time. That's a...
Kumbaga mga kabayan, sa kawatan, di ba? Kahit mag-anyong ka pa, anyong formal, at sabi nga sa kantay, formal na mga formal na kawatan, di ba? Ganun pa rin yun. Kahit baguhin nyo yan, basta mga kawatan pa rin mga kabayan.
Second the motion, Mr. Chair.
Secretary Balisacan, DepDep, good afternoon. Secretary Kim De Leon, DBM. Secretary
Ano ba to?
Frederick Go of
Tatakbo ba ito?
Department of Finance.
Parang tatakbo
Our
ka ng
outstanding Europe Customs Commissioner Ariel Fernandez. And this very good gentleman who is now the man
What
of the
the
hour.
heck?
Mendoza
Forward natin.
lawyer.
Parang nangangampanya lang eh.
And, taxes. But anyway, and then of course, Deputy Governor Zeno Abinoha.
forward pa natin.
Program, page 12, if you can look at it. Fiscal year 2027 proposed budget by region. Ayan. I represent Cagayan de Oro, the city of golden friendship in Mindanao. The land of, is being fulfilled already, the promise. But this will show that it is still a land of promise. Mr. Chairman, you know why? Let us take a look. We have the budget per region and the share. NCR, which is very much developed, receives 15.4% of the pie, the 7.2. Balance Luzon, the more, 23%. Mindanao, Mr. Chairman, is only 15.1%. And you see, Mindanao has a population of 27 million or 22.3% of our population of the Republic of the Philippines. And Mindanao, through our pineapples, coconut, corn, and all the products, even mining, gives 18 to 19% of the gross national product, 18 to 19. Population, 22.3%. And the recent Philippine Statistics Authority, Mr. Chairman, on the 10 poorest provinces of the country, list Mindanao 7 out of 10. Very poor. The first 6 Mindanao provinces. So, Mr. Chairman, I'm just going to ask, there is still a chance, I don't know how we are going to address the issue and who will answer this question. I think we could ask each one. Because the 4 of the National Budget Coordinating Council Committee, because if you will look here, 15.1, malayo sa GDP contribution ng 18%, malayo sa population ng 22.3, malayo, Mr. Chairman, sa poorest provinces of the Philippines. There has to be affirmative action for Mindanao. I appeal, therefore, to this National Budget Coordinating Committee to take a look again on how we're able to improve the 15%.
Upang hindi na maulit ngayon, bakit nakalusot
Lan baguhin ng
Of the pie, the 7.2. You show the contribution of the people of Mindanao to our country. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Kong Rufus. May we request Sec Kim to answer?
Mr. Chair, Your Honor, while we took note of the observation of the good congressman, we would like to submit that number 1, we continue to work on improving the regional allocation of the budget by 1, working with DepDev on putting premium on the projects endorsed by the regional development councils, improving the linkage between budgeting and planning as we have discussed a while ago. Second, we are actually discussing right now, Your Honor, because one factor is still the presence of non-regionalized budget items. So this means these are probably items lodged within the respective central offices or probably lump sum funds, some of which might be intended really for areas like Visayas and Mindanao, which cannot be attributed during the preparation of the NEP. So that's also something that we can look at to improve as well the allocation for Mindanao. But we would just like to manifest and add, because the slide we presented this morning did not include a comparative from last year. As a matter of fact, Your Honor, Mr. Chair, outside NCR, the average increase from 2026 to 2027 is actually the highest average in Mindanao. So we actually saw particularly, for instance, the to the good representatives, our region actually had an increase of 10.6% as compared to the 2026 level. But this is a work in progress, Your Honor. We will continue to make the necessary evaluation of how budgets can be more presented accurately in terms of their intended regional beneficiaries, because as I have said a while ago, there are still centrally managed items or those lodged within the respective central offices which may be
Yung
actually
problema dyan,
intended to be distributed across the regions during implementation, Your Honor.
Ngayon mga kabayan, anyway, ano pong masasabi nyo dyan? Just comment down below mga karabin natin. Maraming salamat po.